Good morning, a happy Saturday, slightly later time of 10:30 this morning. I am Lyndsey. I am, of course, the founder of Girl About and the Girl About Travel Club, and I am here with you on this wonderful Saturday morning, because let's face it, it's blooming marvellous. Schools are going back, kids are going back on Monday. I'm ecstatic. I'm sure if you've got kids, you can totally relate to the just total excitement and exhilaration of how that feels right now. But for next half an hour, we have another episode of Holiday Lowdown Live. We are continuing in our staycation theme. We are, 2.5 months into a weekly Saturday morning live with some incredible women from across the UK. We've been to Wales, we've been to Scotland, we've been across the UK. And today we're going to be right here in God's County in, of course, Yorkshire, where I am. And I'm going to be chatting in a minute. I'm going to bring her in to a lovely lady that I have been working with for a few months now. Her name is Emma Bowers, and she is the founder of Emma's Dale Retreats in Yorkshire, and runs some incredible retreats across Yorkshire. And for the last year or so, actually probably longer, because we started the conversation before lockdown around whether or not we could run some exclusive Girl About retreats, and obviously COVID threw that up into the air. That hasn't happened, but we're now at the point where we have just announced our first Girl About retreat, and I am so excited, not least because it's going to be in Yorkshire as well. So if you are watching on StreamYard, please give StreamYard permission to use your name. So if you are commenting, I can see your comments. I am going live in 3 separate places this morning. I am here on the Girl About Facebook travel community page. This is where I will see your comments. I am also live on my own Facebook page. I won't see your comments on there. So if you are commenting on there, I won't be able to respond until after. So please jump on to Girl About Travel Community Facebook group if you can. And of course, we are going live into the Girl About Travel Club, which is free to join for a limited time only. And the content is getting better and better. And we are taking it to the next level with these retreats. And that is just one announcement for this week, because we have got an even bigger announcement next week, which I will talk to you a little bit about next week. So I have been rambling for the best part of 6 minutes. I'm going to bring Emma in, and we're going to chat about the first Girl About Travel retreat. And just to confirm, if you are a VIP member, you get a discount on this retreat. So let's bring Emma in. Good morning, Emma.
Good morning. Good morning.
Can you hear me okay? Because last week I listened back to the live, and it was just like earpiece, my voice was just like grating through me, so God knows what it was.
No, you sound good. You sound good.
Brilliant. And how are you? How's things up in the Dales?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I feel like we're finally sort of getting somewhere with, coming out of lockdown hopefully soon, and we've got so many things going on, and yeah, I feel a lot more positive. Yeah, it's really good.
Brilliant. And I mean, we've been chatting, haven't we now? I mean, we've met a few times. We've been talking about this idea of an exclusive Girl About retreat for, oh my God, it must be over a year.
Yeah. So finally we can put something together, and I think it's going to be really, really good. It's a really, really fantastic place, and I think it's going to be such a good weekend.
So just tell everybody a little bit about your background and how you got into retreats and planning retreats and running retreats.
So my background is hospitality, mainly overseas. So I've worked overseas for about 10 years now, sort of in hospitality management, in ski resorts, and I've hostessed on hotel barges, and I've repped in Cyprus and all kinds of random things, which have all been such fun. And then a couple of years ago, I was just like, I really wanted something that was my own. And obviously I've been working with lots of different people, and in lots of different environments, and there was just nothing round in the Dales, where obviously I've sort of lived for the last 25 years, that was yeah, there's lots of amazing things to do, loads of amazing accommodation, but nothing which was all put together into like one package. And, you know, I love traveling, I love meeting new people, and I just wanted other people to be able to come to the Dales in a really kind of relaxed environment and, you know, experience all the amazing things that are here, but, you know, meet new people and just have a really nice time and sort of, you know, feel like they're with like-minded people doing great activities. So yeah, so I think we've finally sort of nailed it, and you know the last couple of years have been amazing. Even despite COVID, you know, we've managed to sort of roll out retreats last year and the year before, and then this year, yeah, so it's going to be even better. Yeah. So from the start of lockdown last year, I was like, what am I going to do? You know, to sort of try and offer something still via Emmersdale, because I didn't want Emmersdale to be sort of just pushed to the side whilst, you know, we're in lockdown. And I thought, why don't we just try an online retreat? And, you know, we've done yoga, we've had live music, we've done cookery, we've done macrame classes, happiness training. Macrame? It's basically like, it's you knot things together and make like plant hangers and Christmas decorations, and it's all made out of string. It's really cool. It's really good fun. So we've done stuff like that, and yeah, it's been really fun. But I'm really hoping that at the moment, I did one last week, and that's my last online retreat for now. And finally, we can actually see people in human form.
Yeah, because I think you need that sort of human connection at something like this, don't you? Really, and
yeah.
Whilst it's not, and we've had this discussion before, what I love about your retreats is, I think a lot of people, when they think of a retreat, they're thinking about, you know, no alcohol, lots of water, drink, you know, lots of yoga, and lots of very, very, a lot of focus purely just on sort of well-being, and you know, whereas, you know, there's a little bit more balance, isn't there, with an Emmersdale retreat?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically everything I like doing. So, you know, if I go away somewhere with my friends, or if I go travel on my own, I like to have a drink, and, you know, I want to eat, you know, sort of good food, but it's sort of a combination of being healthy, but, you know, I still want to have a cake. I don't want to be made to feel guilty and, you know, have to just sort of have, you know, healthy food all the time. And yeah, it's a good combination, sort of wellness, fun. You can still indulge a little bit, but come away feeling like you tried sort of new foods and that are a bit healthy. And yeah, it's a little bit different to your normal sort of health retreat.
So it's not all vegan.
No, no. So we usually follow like a vegetarian style, but, you know, especially on the retreat that we're doing, you know, at breakfast time, you can have a full English, and you know, you're very welcome to have sausage, bacon, and eggs if you want. It's, you know, it's entirely up to you.
Not full English.
Well, that's it. Exactly.
Brilliant. So shall we talk a little bit about this specific retreat, because I think that's obviously what people are tuning in for this morning. And I'm really excited to say that literally within 5 minutes of me putting this retreat out there last night, 2 people are already signed up. So there are actually only 8 places left on this retreat, which I'm sure will fill pretty quickly because it looks absolutely amazing. So I'm just going to share my screen so we can look at some photos. Here we go. It's a bit of a lag. Let's try again. There we go. So this is a retreat where essentially anybody that joins it will be glamping. Now this to me looks like pretty luxurious glamping going on here.
Yeah, it is. I came across this particular location last year just by chance, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And we did a retreat there at the end of last year, and I've got a couple of other sort of different events planned there this year. And Steve and Joe, who run it, are just so passionate about their, you know, what they're doing. And it's quite a new place. It's only been there maybe 2 years now, and they've built it up from scratch from an old farm, and they've got 6 yurts there in total, and they're just amazing. Like you walk into the yurt and you're like, oh my God, this is fantastic. You know, you've got that gorgeous king size bed. You've got another really nice single bed. You've got a table and chairs. You've got, good coffee machine. It's not, just a kettle. You've got like a proper, coffee machine in there. You've got marshmallows to toast on your campfire. You've got your own wet room and toilet, and then you've got, a really cool little hot tub outside, which just looks across the Dales, and it is just so nice. It's just a really, really great location.
And there's a bit of I'm echoing a bit here. Can you hear that echo?
No, you sound okay at this end.
So I'm just going to zoom in. So the retreat itself is on a glamping site. Is it site? I don't like that word. I don't know, glamping place.
Yeah.
I never know how to describe it, but in the Yorkshire Dales, and it is near the village of, or the town of Hawes, which is just, it's stunning around there, isn't it? And
yeah,
I think even if if you're traveling and you're going up to the Yorkshire Dales to do this retreat, you must absolutely spend a day just in the area, because you've got Wensleydale Creamery, which is obviously famous for amazing cheeses up here. You've got Hawes, which is just stunning. You've got some amazing castles. There's just so much to see and do, so, and it is, it's not, you don't just have to come up for a couple of days. You could almost make, 3 or 4 days out of it, couldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. And it's, where we are there is, it's right in the middle of Wensleydale, and it's, you look out from where the yurts are, and it's just so dramatic. You're sort of right in the sticks. It's really beautiful.
Somebody's telling me it's a glam site. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you. It still doesn't sound very, I want something that describes it in a bit more sort of, a bit more salubrious than site. But anyway, we'll move on. So that is the location. So great location in Yorkshire. I'm just trying to get back to the pictures. Oh, here we go. So, obviously I know myself, the scenery is, it's just stunning. The Yorkshire Dales, for me, it's just my happy place. And to be on a retreat, with a girlfriend or 6, in somewhere like the Yorkshire Dales with a gin and tonic in my hand, because apparently there's a gin tasting session on this retreat as well, isn't there, Emma?
There is, yes.
Which is just like the icing on the cake, isn't it, really? So gin tasting. What other activities are included in this retreat package?
So on the Saturday, we are heading to Lake Water, which is this lake here, and it's literally like a 5-minute drive, and obviously we put on all the transport and everything for you. So we'll take you down to Lake Water, and we're going to do a 2-hour stand-up paddleboard session. So it doesn't matter if you've never done it before, or if you've done it a little bit before, or even if you're a bit of a pro at it. It's just a really good chance to learn new skills, to develop ones that you've had before, and just have a bit of fun. You're probably going to get wet, but we kit you out with everything that you need, and we're going to head there. We're going to stay there for about. Say again, sorry.
You get a wetsuit.
You do, yeah. You get a wetsuit, buoyancy aid, and obviously you with instructors as well. So they'll take you through every sort of step if you feel a little bit nervous. But it's so much fun, and we're going to spend 2 hours doing that. And then after, it's quite wild out there, so it'll be a bit of a wild change. And then we're going to do a picnic around the lake. So we'll have a picnic lunch. Sorry, say that.
I've got a really bad echo. Sorry, that might be better. And with the SUPing, is that yoga, or is that is there anything that because I know that you've done yoga, SUP yoga before, or is it just general stand-up paddleboarding?
So usually the majority of the session would be sort of normal stand-up paddleboarding, but then at the end, if anybody's up for it, then we can have sort of 15 minutes where you can try out some, bit of yoga on the board as well, and that's usually a bit of fun, and probably going to get wet.
Yeah. A downward dog on a paddle. I can't imagine being on a paddleboard anyway, me, because I would end up, in it. But yeah, that must be great fun.
Yeah, so it is.
These are the glamping, the pods, the yurts, I suppose you'd call them, that our members will be staying in. So you've obviously has everybody got their own hot tub, or is it sort of sharing hot tub, or?
So each yurt has its own hot tub. They actually call it a love tub. So it's like a two-person hot tub, basically, that's wood fired. So each yurt has one of them, and then you can see on the left you've got your own shower and toilet area, and then each yurt also has its own fire pit as well. And then we've got a big fire pit that we use where we'd have meals and that kind of thing.
So if people want to, I don't know, say somebody wants to have a glass of prosecco in their yurt before a barbecue dinner, or do they bring their own? What's the situation there?
So we do all the meals. So you get, obviously, Friday night we're going to have a barbecue, breakfast in bed. So you actually choose from a really great menu, what Joe and Steve have, and they bring you, well, I bring you breakfast in bed, and then picnic lunch, and then we do like homemade pizzas on the Saturday night. So all your meals are included. And then the Saturday night the Friday night we do prosecco and a couple of drinks there with the barbecue. And then obviously on Saturday we're doing gin tasting as well. So the other time, obviously, please feel free to bring, if you have any wines or drinks that you want to bring, then that's absolutely fine.
So everybody has their, oh my God, I've got a horrible everybody has their own bathroom, so with a rainfall shower and toilet, so there's no sharing of facilities, which is brilliant, isn't it, really? Because I mean, that's unusual, isn't it, really? Even when you're glamping, you tend to be sharing facilities. Yeah,
it's really luxurious. It's really, really nice. We've done a really nice job of the how they've set everything up.
And then the gin tasting, is that a Yorkshire gin, or is that local to the area, or?
It is, yeah. So Taplin and McGeehan, they're based in LOWDOWN, which is about 8 miles from where the glamping site is. And they're quite a new distillers, and they actually own, well, the guy who runs Taplin and McGeehan, he also runs the Stonehouse Hotel, which is just next door to where the glamping site is, or just up the road, should I say. And yeah, they've been making these sort of luxury Yorkshire-based gins for, I think, about 18 months now. But yeah, so he's going to come and do a 1.5 hour gin tasting session with everybody, and you get to try 4 different gin and tonics, and you take one of their glasses home as well, so that he brings you a branded glass to take away as well.
Oh, brilliant. I've got some noise coming at this end here. It's putting me off a little bit. I mean, this looks incredible. And this is the area where you can just sort of congregate communally, and is this sort of the spa area, or tell us a bit about this?
Yeah, so we've got there's where we sort of meet for barbecue, and also when we have pizzas is around this area. So we've got a couple of tables, and there's also a big campfire there as well. And then you've also got an Alfresco Spa. So there's a plunge pool, there's another big hot tub, like sort of one that you could fit maybe sort of 6 people in. And there's also a big barrel sauna, and the barrel sauna actually has a glass front, so it looks out across that view. So we're going to be able to use that on the Saturday afternoon as well.
So great for your Instagram pics. There's no sort of no phones allowed rules or anything like that, is there, like there is on some retreats?
No, nothing like that. We're trying to avoid rules.
Brilliant. And there's a meditation session as well included, is that right?
Yeah, so we're doing a 1 hour sound bath, which is basically, it's a type of meditation, and the lady who runs that is called Jill, and she brings an amazing amount of drums and gongs and little instruments, and she came and did a session last year with us, and I couldn't believe how many different instruments she had, and she had them sort of all laid out on the floor, and there's like sound bowls and a big gong and all sorts of things. And basically you go through like breath work, and you do a little bit of movement, but it's a lot about what she's doing with the drums and the gongs as well, and it's a lot of relaxation. Some people actually fell asleep during the session last year, so yeah, it's a really nice sort of chilled afternoon activity.
And just to confirm, I mean, I got a little bit confused when I came on your last retreat with the concept of forest bathing, which does not include a swimsuit, does it? So
no, I mean,
bathing equally does not require you to strip down and sit and submerge yourself in some wild water anywhere. Like, I sort of imagine the forest bathing concept.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously if it's a hot day and you want to sit in your bikini and do it, that's absolutely fine, but it's not a necessity.
Somebody's just put very Ibiza. Yeah, this is, isn't it? It's like an Ibiza retreat in Yorkshire.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get the weather as well.
Going on in the hills of the Balearics somewhere with Kate Moss, can't you, and a sound bathing, and yeah, that is a great analogy. Brilliant. Let's just quickly, we're going to run through I'm just going to swap my screen again, so I'm going to run through the actual itinerary, because we didn't really go through that in any sort of order, which I probably should have done, but pop back to the itinerary just to talk a little bit about that. So the retreat is happening. This is our first retreat. So if it is a success, and it will be a success, I have no doubt, then we will be planning many more retreats. And there's all sorts of different activities, Emma, isn't there? I mean, this is just one retreat with one selection of activities. There's some of the other stuff you offer, llama trekking. I don't know, tell us a few other activities that's on offer.
Yeah, so we've teamed up with quite a lot of different local suppliers, and we always try and use local activity providers and local wellness experts, because I think that's really important to the area. And so we've also got obviously forest bathing, which you've done yourself. We've also do yoga. We do gorge walking, which is so much fun, and basically just sort of jumping and sliding through rocks and swimming in waterfalls and that kind of thing, which is loads of fun. We're also we do Pilates, and we also have, obviously we're doing the gin tasting. We actually have a lady who does foraged cocktail making as well, so she'll go out and forage sort of ingredients in the wild and come and make cocktails. And we've also this year started doing live music as well, so we can also do, we've got a couple of different bands that I know really well who come out and do some live music, so we can have a bit of a dance, and it's really loads of fun and really relaxed at the end of the day.
That is a beater, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, let's just have a quick look at this itinerary. So 16th to the 18th of July, so it's a weekend, Friday till Sunday. It is £375 per person, all in. So all of your meals, full English breakfast brought to your yurt, the cost of your yurt, obviously, your picnic lunches, pizza dinners, barbecue dinners, all of the activities, Prosecco on night one, gin tasting. So that's, I mean, that is bloody good value, isn't it, for what you get, really? I mean, it's a real experiential couple of days. There is a £25 discount for any Girl About Travel Club VIP members, just to confirm that you can join the travel club right now for free. And this retreat is available only to Girl About Travel Club members, so you need to sign up. It is free. If you do decide to become a VIP member, and there's going to be lots of amazing value around that proposition in the next few weeks and months, then you do get a discount, and so does a +1, so you can bring along a friend if you want to. They must be female or identify as female. This is a Girl About retreat, so no men, I'm afraid. It is entirely made up of Girl About Travel Club members, so you will get to meet your fellow Girl About members, which is great. We're all like-minded women that love to travel, and we like to travel in this type of way, really. Maximum 10 people, so there'll be no more than 10 on this retreat, with 2 sharing a yurt. Now, Emma, you did mention that there is the capacity for these yurts to have 3 in them. So is that an option? If there was, I don't know, 3 women that wanted to come along as a threesome, then I'm assuming the cost is reduced a little bit, is it? Or is it, what happens there?
Yeah, so we can put 3 into a yurt. So there's a big double bed, or king size bed, should I say. There's another single bed, and we can also put up another single bed. And we can look at discounting that a little bit as well.
Still 3 sets of meals and 3 sets of activities and everything else. So, but there'll be a small discount if you want to bring a number 3 with you, and you can all share the accommodation. And just going through the itinerary. So based in the Yorkshire Dales, gorgeous location. I can vouch, it's absolutely stunning around Swaledale. It's picture perfect Yorkshire country. Emma, you're the host, of course, so you're going to be with the group throughout the whole of the weekend. You'll be there serving them breakfast.
Yeah, I will be there. Hostess with the mostess.
Aside from that, generally just being an amazing host. I have been on Emma's retreats and she is incredible. And you know, such good fun. I mean, we had a right laugh, didn't we, on your last retreat? And that didn't even involve any alcohol, so that was great. So Saturday, you can arrive from around 4 p.m. Again, do go out and you know, come up. I'm sure they can come and park early if they want to go and explore the area, can't they? Or you can park locally in one of the many villages around the Yorkshire Dales, or maybe go to a pub beforehand, or whatever you want to do. You can. I always tend to just link everything back, don't I, to pubs and drinking, which is bizarre because I've not actually had an alcoholic drink for the whole of Lent. This is like my third week, which is huge for me. So I'm obviously subconsciously just craving some wine right now. But anyway, so you'll check into your luxury yurt at 4 p.m. And complete with king-size 4-poster bed and your own wet room. And Emma's mentioned, you know, posh coffee machines, marshmallows in there to toast, little fires. I mean, it is July, so I expect you probably won't need a log burning stove. But if we do have one of those crazy British winters, then of course you'll be lovely and toasty warm in there. You've got your own private hot tub for each year, and your own barbecue. So if you want to bring, you know, if you want to barbecue your marshmallows, or you want to bring extra food, or whatever you want to do, you can do that on there. And then you'll be relaxing in the evening with your fellow retreaters and with Emma, having some Prosecco and enjoying a delicious barbecue. And I know personally, again, from experience with Emma's retreats, you won't be getting any cheap sausages from Aldi, will you? It'll be all local produce, I expect.
Yeah, all homemade.
Vegetarian options. And again, I'm a massive carnivore, but Emma's vegetarian food is divine. That pie you made last time with like the rainbow pie was just incredible. So yeah, you're going to be fed like queens. You can then retire to your beautiful king-size bed for the evening and have a wonderful sleep to the rustling sound of the Yorkshire Dales wind before waking on Saturday morning, hopefully fresh as a daisy, and you'll be served a delicious a delicious Yorkshire breakfast in your yurt. It's not actually continental. I thought I'd change that. It's actually a full English breakfast. And then after breakfast, you'll be going down to Lake Semwater. Again, you'll be transferred there by Emma and her crew. So you won't need to worry about getting there yourself. It's about, what do you say, about 3 miles away, Em?
Yeah, it's not far.
Yeah. And you'll be having a picnic lunch there. And you'll be doing an hour and a half, or a 2-hour stand-up paddleboarding session, which sounds brilliant. That'll be a right laugh. And then back to your yurts after your picnic lunch, and you're going to be doing an hour's sound bath meditation, which is nothing to do with water, but will hopefully relax and invigorate you for a good hour. And then you'll have some time, some free time to relax in your hot tub or use the spa, which includes a pool, plunge pool and a sauna, and beautiful views across the Yorkshire Dales. And then before your pizza dinner in the evening, and I expect the pizzas are all homemade by Emma, so they'll be delicious, you'll be indulging in a gin tasting event with a local gin supplier, where you will get to taste 4 gins and take a glass home. And I expect, once again, this will be really probably delicious gin with great mixers, so that'll be a lot of fun. If you do want extra Prosecco or wine for the evening, you can bring it yourself. That's fine. I'm sure there'll be somewhere to keep it chilled. And then once again, you can retreat to your yurts. I suppose these things, like any of these retreats, depends on the group of people, doesn't it, as to how long the evenings go on for. So yeah, retreat to your yurt, another lovely night, and then back up the next morning for another full English Yorkshire breakfast, and before you leave at your leisure. I mean, that just sounds brilliant, Emma. It really does. And it's my husband's birthday that weekend, so I am considering jumping along, but if not, I don't have a problem filling what is going to be an absolutely fab weekend, and the first of many Girl About retreats. So once again, if you do want to register your interest for this, it will be going live in the travel club properly on Monday, where you can pay and put a deposit down. So if you do want to take part and venture on this amazing retreat, then make sure you are signed up for the Girl About Travel Club, which I mentioned is free to join right now. Emma, have you got anything else to add about what is sure to be a fabulous weekend?
I don't think so. I think you know, I really love it up there, and it's, you know, it's just such a great location. I just know that everybody's going to have such a great time, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait.
And I think, you know what else does a girl need right now? That is just, you know, I mean, for me, I can't think of anything that I would rather do right now than escape my house and my husband and my children and go somewhere so beautiful with some gin.
Yeah. Oh, sounds so good, doesn't it?
And a hot tub and all of that. It just makes me, oh.
Yeah, I actually feel jealous of people when they come on the retreats. I'm like, because it's always things I like doing. I'm like, oh God, I wish I was booked on. And I'm like, no, you've got to host it.
Do you not go on anything similar yourself, just to sort of go and do a bit of market research?
Do you know what? It's going to sound quite self-absorbed, but I have looked at other retreats and I've never actually seen anything that I fancy doing. So I am going to take a little bit of time this year and actually go and find a retreat, and I'm going to go on it and you know, and enjoy one myself. But yeah, I always just want to be on my own retreats, which I know sounds really sad, but
that's brilliant. You know, it's great to hear that once again, you know, the Girl About team here are of course working with the very best out there. And that's what we aspire to do. So that's brilliant. All right, I'm going to let you jump off because it's 11 o'clock, and I'm going to go do some hiking, another lockdown hike up in the Yorkshire, well, not the Yorkshire Dales, but the moors. But have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday, everybody. Emma, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
A bit about this retreat. As I mentioned, all the information will be in the travel club, and it will be slapped all over our social media channels over the next 3 or 4 months, or possibly less, depending on how quickly we fill it. We hope that some of you will be jumping on board for what is going to be one hell of a retreat and the first of many. Thank you. Goodbye. Emma, thank you, my darling. Take care.
Thanks a lot. Bye. Bye.